Go.
Alright everybody, welcome back to this next edition here of our Car Choice Challenge between the Blader of Summer and the Blader of Winter.
That's right, Auto Challenge is here. If you watch the preview that I put up, well now here's the real thing. Like I said in that, I'm going to win.
And now the thing we're looking at here is we have this beauty of a Subaru WRX STI. And Subaru is owned by the Fuji Heavy Industries, and now it's got a couple of Toyota kind of put their kind of nose in it a little bit and sort of made it a little bit
lame.
Yeah, they kind of took a little bit away from it, kind of mainstreamed it up a little bit, trying to sell a few cars. But this car is a humdinger. Let me tell you what, you're not going to find too many cars out there for the price you're going to pay, just a little over $30,000 for one of these bad boys, and they are little rockets. And they are used, the STIs are really well known for championships in the X Games, which of course Minis are not. You know, you're not going to have anybody like Travis Pastrana driving a Mini.
Or driving a Subaru.
Well, now he got bought out by Dodge Dart there. And same thing, you know, you got all the other guys that are going out there, and they're changing their...
Ken Block.
Yeah, Ken Block, he went to Ford. Yeah, it's all about money, But Subaru knows that they got the best little X Games car out there, and they don't necessarily need to have Travis Pastrana or Ken Block driving their cars. Fiat is trying to get some people to like their Dodge Dart, and Ford is trying to get anybody to like them. So they're having a real hard time with that. So you're going to go in there with the STI. That's just the way to go. They're sweet little cars. They'll kind of, shifting gears in that 6-speed gearbox. Every single one will throw you back in your seat, and you'll be just rocking along. You don't have to have, a lot of times they get those crazy loud exhaust on them. If you're into having that really loud sound that you really can't hear, that really nice stereo, yeah, it's up to you. But for the most part, quick. You're not, you can, no problems anywhere on the highways. You feel like having a little fun going into the corners. That's the car to have, And again, there's a certain coolness factor, knowing that you're going to have an STI, and you're going to have Subaru's world-renowned, just dependability. That's the one thing about them. You're not going to be finding too many of them in the repair shop unless they've been beat on too hard. But if you're just going to go in there and you just want a really great fast car that's really cool to get to work, it's the way to go. If you want to have a really cool car that gets you to the garage, you can go for that Cooper Mini over there. I mean, a Clubman. That thing will get you right to the dealership for repairs every day. Where the Subaru, you can spend a lot of good time driving it, having some good. And another all-important thing, like we had in our last segment about the Aston Martin chick magnet. What happens when you get your STI chick magnet? Chicks dig these cars to ride in there with their boyfriends. Chicks dig these cars to drive them. That's a chick car right there. So you ladies out there, go for that Mini. If you want to have a really fun car, you can go for that STI. What do you think there, Mr. Winter?
You're wrong. I will say that the STI is cool. But if you want to have something that's also cool, you can pick a Mini. And Mini, which started out as being part of British Leyland, and then they went to Rover Group and British Aerospace,
and now they're... Isn't that Mickey Mouse's girlfriend, Minnie?
Anyway, and then now Mini is owned by BMW, which makes cool cars also. Now, for the Mini, it has started out... Well, the Mini Cooper started in 1961, when this guy John Cooper, who's designer and builder of Formula One cars and rally cars, thought that they could use a Mini for competition, which was genius. And he talked to this guy, which was the role of Mini and then performance in the Mini, and they collaborated and made the Mini Cooper. So that's the name comes from. And They had two, the Austin Mini Cooper and the Morris Mini Cooper, because that's what the company name was also. It was Morris Mini and Austin Mini were what they were called. And they also made the Cooper S. This is the original Mini Cooper from 1961 to 2000, when they had stopped making it, and they brought it back in 2003. And here's what the original Mini looked like. As you can see, that's what the original Mini looked like. And the Mini there looks really cool, but then if you look at it there, it looks even cooler-ish.
Coolerish.
Yes. Anyways, ignore him. It looks a lot cooler. Even this one here, which is a special one, because it's gold, with the British flag on top of it. Because, like I said, it was owned by British Leyland, which is a British company, which they were originally owned by. And they had the more powerful Mini Cooper, which is the S, which stands for something. What?
S, kind of stinky?
No. But it,
12?
No. It stands for brilliant.
S?
Yes. Super cool-ish. Now...
Alright, now you're pushing it.
Okay. Now, don't know what the S stands for. They just call it the Mini Cooper S. Either way, this here was then the next version of that Mini, which is the Mini Cooper S. So, Blader Summer, what you gonna say to that?
Well, you know, it's kind of one of those things where I think you're kind of just pushing it with these things. These have been around a lot longer. Actually, they work over in England. This way, you have this, one that looks kind of like a grandma, and you had driven around by some probably stoned out hippie. Help them find their car in a parking lot, because they certainly couldn't, it looks like, other cars they probably wouldn't be able to get around. However, and actually these things are like from the circus, where lots and lots of clowns come out of them. Kind of one of those things. That's
so
pretty good.
you know a lot about minis? How come that's how you come out of them a lot?
No, you go into the circus and, you can see that you can have them come out. But what happens if this goes too fast to have clowns come out of them? With the 305 horsepower, they're pretty darn fast. So you can, you have a bunch of clowns following around, kind of like this. You can look in your rearview mirror and see all the clowns in the distance behind.
This book is called Fast Cars, and there's a Mini Cooper in it. Oh, you can't see anything about it. Okay. Anyways.
And actually, the important thing is to know that when you're going to go in there and you're going to be driving an STI, you got the rich, it's a short history, but a rich history of having just the small little rocket cars. They kind of go against, the Evo, for being a little car that they just put a lot of speed. They're light, handle great. Minis, if they go too fast, their parts fall off. And you really don't want to have that. And I actually have a witness to that, to someone I know who owns one, and they're always having things fall off and spending a lot of money to go having these small little pieces fall off. So again, my vote, STI, fast, very, very fast. You got your Subaru, reliability, always. And you get your Consumer Reports, always, the editor's pick. They're always picking them at their recommended vehicles. So in any class, a Subaru is a top-notch car. And you got to know that when you're going to have your STI, you're going to have a nice, sporty car that, your girlfriend's going to love to go for a ride in. She might even ask you to drive it every once in a while if you want to let her. So, Mr. Winter, again, I have to say that you just picked the second-rate car.
So you're saying that for the second episode of this, you're going to win. Because last time, you said that an Aston Martin was better than a Pagani Huayra, which was wrong. This time...
You may not have gone as fast, but having a car out there, it's like... They want to be seen up in and about town, that you're going to drive around in, a good date car.
Now, you know how you were saying, oh, the STI does rallies and the Mini Cooper smashes into a tree and flips over and catches on fire. But you're wrong. Because in original Minis, in rallies in 1966, they placed first, second, and third, and they were disqualified for French judges. But besides that fact, they were disqualified after a controversial decision by French judges. Oh, they were disqualified because of their headlight variable resistance dimming, stuff like that.
Well, okay, this is everything. How many horsepower does this